Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here from Watching Walford to bring you yet another edition of the podcast of the same name. It's episode 31. We have crossed over. There is now less weeks in the year that we have done. If that makes any sense. It's, not really. But you know, there's what, like 21 weeks left? We're not.
It's the final countdown.
We're a bit beyond the halfway point of the year. That was what, 26, but you never know. You never know. Still amazed that we're here.
We have to prepare now because the Halloween decorations will be coming out shortly, and things will be getting spooky. Halloween is a great time of year. Don't watch horror movies, but I'm looking forward to Halloween. I love Halloween.
Honestly, I was kind of, I don't know, because obviously I went and watched Hollyoaks 2015, and that was one of my favorite points of this year because it was great fun. I absolutely adored it. But also because I was like watching at like an accelerated speed, I'd start getting to all these like holidays like ahead of time. So for like a solid week, I'm just like, bloody hell, I'm looking forward to Christmas. And I'm like, it's just, Ash, it's July. It's July. Stop getting excited. Yeah, I'm going to have a fucking great Christmas. Ash, you're watching 2015 Christmas. Like, for fuck's sake. Honestly, It was absurd. It was great fun, though. Each year, I'm like, you know what? This year is going to be the fucking year. This year, I'm going to have a great time. And I never do. Nah, it's all right. It's all right. How's it going, Piggy?
It's going good. I'm not looking forward to over the next month. Not because of the podcast or anything, but when you walk in the stores and you have like the forbidden holiday, which is Halloween, like decorations shoved into the back of the wardrobes, and then like all the shops have like Christmas decorations out front and like poor Halloweens to the side. I'm crying.
I don't know why you're ramping up about Halloween. It's still 2 months away.
I know it's still 2 months away, but
I get that in like hospital like circulation. It's like, oh bloody hell, let's get the Halloween stuff out. It's like, lads, it's July. Ah well,
it's August. Put the Halloween stuff out.
It is August. Halloween's not started yet. It's not anywhere near Halloween. But I also did say I was thinking about it, and I went, I need to watch I need to watch more horror movies. Because it's,
I can't wait.
I mean, for this channel, it's fairly unknown quantity. I never talk about watching horror movies. But it was a side gig for a while. And then it died. Because I'll be honest, Biggie, I never want to have to edit, I never want to have to get copywritten stuff into a video ever again. Like, that's how fucking garbage it was. If you think these videos are lazy on editing, my god, just try fill a 2-hour video exclusively with film clips that can only be 7 seconds long. Like, fuck me. There was some like 40, 50, 60 hour editing like jobs, and we were trying to get a video done like a week.
Because obviously, because you bring that point up, obviously people who know me and kind of know you, they probably know that we probably watch some wrestling podcasts. Probably. We don't disclose enough about it, but it just amazes me because that's why famous wrestling podcasts, OSW, Old School Wrestling, basically they use clips, and I'm like, how the fuck do you spend that long? Like, I don't mind it once every month or once every 2 months, because it takes a lot of time to put in, like, so say we're talking about Mr. Blobby, and we have to find this specific clip about Mr. Blobby where he was humping a Christmas tree.
Yes.
Like, it must be hard to do that, not over 2 months, but over a week. Because
it's
over 2 months,
absurd, mate.
Because over 2 months you can hire, like, say John, Paul, and Dan to help you. But over a week you can't be like, Piggy, I need you to help me edit this. Okay, fuck off. No, I can't.
Honestly, the first project we did was a review of Halloween Ends, which is the final in the most recent Halloween trilogy. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't know why. It's been out like a year. Grow up. But yeah, I got clips from about, basically there's about like 12 at least Halloween movies, and instead of just going, oh, I'll just take clips from Halloween Ends, I went, give me them all. And then spliced together bits of all of them. And I had like 2 weeks before Halloween, and I wanted to get it out like on time. And I did. It perfectly synced up well. But it just, the video was a bit shite because, you know, it was one of my first actual projects where I went, I need to be a smart, good host. And obviously it was still in the old format where I just went, okay, and at 3 minutes 2 seconds, Michael Myers picked up a knife. Anything to say to that? No. Lovely.
And that's why I'm hoping that we never, because
We'll never.
You are the editor. Yeah, you are the editor. Let's be honest. I come in here and I talk shite about wrestling and EastEnders, but I hope we never have to do that for the classic or modern. We might do it for the classic podcast if we set up. You pay us. We'll just splice in EastEnders and we'll make it unlisted. Then maybe we'll do that, but publicly on this channel, we will never be using EastEnders clips. If you subscribe to us on the platform and where you pay us, then we might do it in return of a $5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things, really. The YouTube copyright system is pretty fucking fierce, and it's not one I want to toy with again, ever.
See us on Daily Motion.
Everything's on Daily Motion.
They can't know about that.
Oh.
But yeah, I really do hope that we, again, it's so weird watching Walford because I still feel like we're still in the first week of January.
Really?
I still feel like we're in the first week of January. It's so surreal to me that we're literally in the first week of August.
Yeah, like we've done what, 8 months of this at this point, which is fucking wild considering all of the stuff that's fitted into that time, you know, where we started from. We're just doing content to now pretty close mates. Probably one of my best friends. So
same goes here.
The more it's all going.
For context, by the way, for people who want to know, were you guys not friends before that? We were, but we were basically, I asked, do you want to watch SummerSlam? Yeah, mate, that'll be fine. Good stream, by the way. Yeah, thanks. See you in 5 months. Yeah, see you for the Survivor Series. Yeah. Whereas now, I'm like, Ash, you alright? So they've got me working in the mines again, in the fucking mines. But yeah, like we are close friends, but this podcast brought us together and nearly tore us together. So like, it both single-handedly nearly saved our friendship and ruined our friendship.
Yeah, it's not easy being a knob.
I thought you were going to say something else, honestly.
I was considering. It's like, do I say the bad word?
Thought he was going to say it's not easy being a nonce, and I was
like, hold on, that's not what I was going to say.
I was like, oh no.
Oh fuck. All right.
Do you know when this channel blows up? I mean, like in 5 years.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, Ash, you're such a sweetheart, and then there's going to be fans like, here's what Piggy said in 2023 to get him cancelled. It's not easy being a nun.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm quite unremarkable on the podcast. Most of my like unreasonable shit came from the Love Island streams, and now that's done. Like, where am I supposed to just spout out some fucking really like gross imagery and a metaphor? Can't do it here.
You can try.
I can try.
But yeah, like I love this again. I just hope in 5 years when we blow up that I do not get taken out of context. But I don't mind if you use my voice for AI. I honestly don't mind. I'd love to do AI covers using my voice. I'll even pay you to do one for Ash. Oh no, Ash won't like an AI voice from himself.
Oh mate, I'd start doing a podcast with myself. So Ash, what do you think of this? Well, yes, that was indeed correct. Yes, exactly, mate, exactly. Piggy, you get replaced with me. There's only one podcast host that I love more than me, and that's me. Just fully sending it.
His fucking AI voice starts talking about workers' rights, and then like Ash just gets a message like, can you please stop bringing that up? And you're like, oh no.
Take it down. Take it down. Take the shot. Oh, bloody hell. All right, I suppose all that aside, Piggy.
Yes?
I haven't told you the topics we're doing today.
Oh.
So we get a lovely little...
Surprise.
So...
Life is a mystery.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to do whatever else we do. These episodes that are going to be covered in today's show are from the 31st of July all the way to the 3rd of August 2023. It's Watching Walford 2023. Watching Walford 1985 has just gone public, and we're doing bits here. We're doing bits. But today we will be focusing on Jay's mystery friend is revealed. Probably could have picked literally anything else, but I made a point about this in another video, so I'm going to be a wanky little knobhead and just toss myself off publicly. Nobody take that out of context. Sonia is pregnant, allegedly. A drugs twist for the nights, and Freddie finally finds his rapist father. Look, a whole lot of bangers today, Piggy. Which one are you most excited for?
I understand rape is a very hard topic, but whenever I hear the word rapist, I just think of that Vince McMahon clip where he's on, it's either Raw or SmackDown, and he just goes into the microphone, "Come on out, you rapist!" And it buckles me every time because he says it so sincerely, and then you find out like 20 years later he is a rapist himself. Yeah,
he's a bit of a
allegedly. We can't say he's a rapist because all the Vince McMahon fans will get upset with us. So we have to just say. I'll be honest,
I don't think there's much of a Vince McMahon crowd in
Watching Walford. There might be.
Yeah, maybe. But regardless, the first topic that we're going to be hopping into is Jay's mystery friend being revealed. So, Jay has a mystery friend, or so I spied my little tiny eye in a Digital Spy article about, 2 months ago or something. I just went, hold on. Jay's got a mystery friend. Not been unveiled, and we did a video. Honestly, one of the videos I think I enjoyed the most. I don't really know why, but I really enjoyed doing the Who is Jay's mystery friend because it felt like it was a bit of a different format, you know. And obviously it had a bit more of like a fun angle, you know. Like, who is it? And, you know, just act as if there's a lineup of suspects. And I'll be honest, I don't actually remember who else I named, but I did name, and this was before the Night Sisters came in. I did go, I reckon it'll probably be Gina Knight, the older one. And yeah, I fucking nailed that one, boys. So how does it come about? Well, Jay's obviously having a bit of a rough time so far. And he wants to be a good father figure to Lexi and wants to keep her, wants to keep the innocence alive, you know. Doesn't want her to just become like a fucking jaded, I fucking hate life. It's absolutely shit.
Listen to Nirvana.
just like keep that spirit alive. I mean, to be fair, I had a way of doing this when I lost my dad, but my version was just watching all of Hey Arnold from the beginning. Hey Arnold was a cartoon show on, I think it was on Nick. Hey, that show's a banger. An absolute fucking banger. Love Hey Arnold. Genuinely one of my favorite shows of all time.
I thought you were going to say it wasn't Hey Arnold. I thought you were going to say it was Arthur. Like, so like your mom is just crying in the other rooms, like, Ash, come on, let's go see the grave. And like, every day when you're walking down the street, just
every day
fucking singing Arthur's theme. And she's like, now it's not the time, Ash, your father's just passed. And I say, hey, what a wonderful time of day. Hey.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ash's dad. You will
true.
be missed.
He is dead. Yeah. I also got into it at a time where I still had enough time, because basically there was either 2 or 3 Hey Arnold movies planned, and the one just never got made till like I don't even remember when. Like, but it got made. It's called like the Jungle movie or whatever. I don't remember what it's actually called.
Yeah,
Hey Arnold the Jungle movie made in 2017. They made a Hey Arnold the movie in 2002, which I got into, and yeah, they reveal who Arnold's parents is. Helga and Arnold get together. Helga is one of the gonna use a weeb term here. A tsundere, which is one of those people who they like you, but they don't like to let it on. Like, they like you, but their way of saying they like you is by like calling you fucking, yeah, well, you little fucking loser, and then like secretly you're just like, I love you.
I mean, for some people they'd be into that, you know.
This
They're a
is
fucking
my
loser.
love language.
Oh, tell me more though.
Well, it's not necessarily degrading, but it is kind of standoffish, like, yeah, well, fuck off, and then they stay, and you're like secretly happy because you're like, yeah. But regardless, this isn't about Hey Arnold.
We're doing a Hey Arnold channel now.
Oh,
hey, Johnny Two Cellos, you're in trouble.
I suppose...
You may have cartoons that curse. You have cartoons that don't curse. We'll see you in fucking court, mate. See you, Johnny Two Cellos, in court.
But I do say that I got into it at a time, and I got to see the movie, and I got to see a conclusion, which was much better than getting into it in 2002 and like waiting fucking 15 years. But there we are. God damn, what a tangent. Jay's mystery friend is Gina, and essentially she kind of... Because obviously, we'll talk about it in a bit, because obviously the Knights are struggling again this week because Anna has decided to pay a private investigator to look for their mum, Rose. Because, you know, what if? You know, Biggie, if you were in this situation, would you look for your mum who just vanished out of nowhere? And she was actually a good mum.
If she didn't beat me.
If she wasn't your mum.
Yeah, well, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? Because, like, it's the mystery about it, isn't it? It's like the mystery. It's just like, well, where have you gone? You've just vanished.
Yeah, like, you're vanished and there's no trace.
It's like we'll get into it later with Freddie and Graham Foster. See, I remembered his name.
Ooh.
I was going to call him Reiki, but that wouldn't work. But it basically is the exact same with that, although a bit different because he was out there and you could find him. You just had to web search him. Whereas you can't really.
Honestly, amazed they didn't find like the rape trial online. But you know, that's besides the point.
Actually, that's a good point. Surely, like if you googled fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, you're not just gonna get his whole family. You're gonna get like the entire thing he did. You're not just gonna get Jeffrey Dahmer went to high school in 1975 and graduated in 1982. Like, obviously you're gonna get. Yeah, he was a cannibal. You made a good point, actually. Yeah, but yeah, it would be weird if your mom just disappeared out of nowhere, like, and you couldn't find her for years, and then she somehow shows up with this old fat bloke who's related to an old lady across the street, and like you're now working behind a bar, and then she walks in. It would be so awkward, wouldn't it? I know you, Rose. My name's actually Cindy, not Rose. Every rose has a thorn. But yeah, it would be weird. Would you look?
I mean, I feel like, I mean, to be fair, as a person, I'm not very ambitious, and I'd probably just be like, oh, well. Guess I'll just never know then. But also, it's, you know, it's that idea, because you can build up, you can build up, like, a view of how you see this person in your head. But, like, if you believe they've been taken away from you, that kind of fucks it up even more, because you knew what they were like. They were your like favorite parent, you know. Like, but yeah, it's kind of wild. I don't really have too much else to kind of say in this thing, but yes, probably I would search for them. And I suppose I also don't want to take away from when we'll talk about it later with the Freddie stuff.
No.
But
Ash, it's like, would you look for them? You just see Ash with his headphones on watching Hey Arnold. Oh yeah, look for him tomorrow. Go on, Arnold, your football-shaped head. Go on, you fucker. Go on, son. Ash, my mom's been missing for 10 years. But look at Arnold, look at him, look at him.
I'm taking my innocence back, okay? Got taken away from me. But yeah, essentially, Gina and Jay share drinks at the Albert, and Gina essentially tells Jay all of the things that she would have wanted to have heard after her mum left. And, you know, Jay's kind of like, he's kind of there, but he's also not really. Like, he's like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, you have to do this and you have to do that. Like, she's getting hammered. He's kind of like, he's a bit tipsy. I'll also say this boldly: they are getting together at some point.
I will say, for a modern example, it's like Ash when he texts me, "Oh yeah, we'll record the podcast today," and yep, see you tomorrow. No piggy, I'll see you tomorrow, mate. Thumbs up.
And in this conversation, Gina puts his like hands on his leg, trying to like encourage him, but he just kind of takes it as like, whoa there, sis, take your hands off my penis. You know, like, he's like, whoa,
Chinese meal guy.
Don't you fucking touch me, Lee.
You were doing this suckling Chinese meal guy.
I was.
Is democracy at its finest?
Very funny.
Oh yeah, but yeah, she touches his leg, and he's kind of like, whoa.
I'm still married.
Just dead, bro. My wife's just dead, bro. At least wait 5 months.
Yeah, come on. Get me on my vulnerable day. Today.
Get you. Sis, look, Slay Queen and all of that stuff, but I'm not vulnerable yet. Just wait a few days. Wait till I'm at the graveyard.
Just you wait till this hangover settles. But yeah, essentially, and Gina takes this badly because she's struggling, because Anna's looking for their mum. And obviously, there's the difference between, obviously, Anna was younger and Gina was, 13? So she was kind of like into like the formative teen years. So it's just kind of like, oh, fuck, you know, does she really want that back? You know, she knew so much more. Like, when you're younger and a parent passes away, you know, you quickly paint over the cracks. Still hurts. Like, it still sucks. And there's no pain like it. But it's also a lot easier to just act like they're not there. Whereas, you know, if you're like slightly older, well, you've spent the bulk of your life with them. So now suddenly that's gone, that loss, it isn't greater, but it feels so much like more. So actually, there is a drugs twist later on. We can do it there, but point being, she kind of goes off the rails in these episodes. And another thing that I predicted does come true. So isn't this show just been made so I can wank myself off silly?
Clip that, post it on Twitter, you piggers.
Do we have anything else you want to say to Jay's mystery friend, other than the fact of I was right, you were wrong?
And make sure, what the fuck's make sure Lexi doesn't start her grunge era yet. Maybe wait till she's a depressed teen, or just do what Ash says.
Just watch Hey Arnold.
Just watch Hey Arnold.
It solves all the problems.
I used to watch Big Mouth, and then I went, no, I don't like this.
Yeah, Big Mouth just looks fucking gross. That's what I want Big my Mouth cartoons to look nice.
Look, the problem with Big Mouth is it's about teenage puberty. If they were kind of at above age and were like 18 still going through it, I would be fine. It would just weird me out. It's like you're describing 13-year-olds going through puberty, mate. No, I can't enjoy this.
Fair.
But then I got into F is for Family. F is for Family's bloody brilliant.
Have you seen the new Futurama?
I haven't gone into Futurama. I did watch a few I forgot to send you my Disney Plus login so you can watch Futurama. But I'm
just waiting for Disney Plus to be fucking like geography gated as well. Fucking now TV, you pricks.
It's not actually. I have someone from America signed in, and I have someone from Scotland signed in, and I have someone from Ireland signed in.
Lovely. I will say that I watched it with best mate Jake, and first episode in the new season of Futurama is actually banging. Like, we went over to his house, did a proper fucking fry up. It was absolutely delicious. Like, a fry up's never something you really make for yourself, because if you do, you just kind of look for like an excuse. Just like just like when you order a bunch of food and you're like, you see the guy looking at you with like this fucking huge bag, and then you turn around and you're like, lads, the food's here. And then you turn around and there's no one's there. It's just you. You're just eating 3 Big Macs, 2 fucking tennis shoes, and like some chicken selects by yourself. But yeah, first episode of Futurama of the new season was quite good. And all I'll say is they did address, you know, we are back after being cancelled again. And it's actually a very funny episode, so I would recommend it.
I know episode 2 is a follow-up to a previous episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you can watch that when this podcast ends. If I'll explain to you after the podcast if that password is correct or not.
Lovely. To be fair,
hopefully.
I don't know why this has turned into the shit that I watch. This segment's about me. And my TV show.
I still have yet to watch the other Soprano episodes. I keep putting it off. I keep waiting for a rainy day, and we're just like, will you fucking watch it? I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
No, I get it. Like, I'm behind on all my soaps that I want to watch, but you just have like that like one excuse, like, oh bloody yeah, there's just so much I can't watch it all now. And you just don't watch it. It piles up more. But I got back into Skins, which is like kind of mid to late 2000s kind of slice of life, like in between us, but set like a bit earlier, a bit less kind of juvenile, but still that same kind of like teens to adults, like partying, drinking, drugs, you know.
Is Skins the one that has a US adaptation and a UK adaptation or adaptation? Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe. I think it does. I think it does. It sounds... It does, yes. Sounds very strange to do it in America. I'll be honest.
Can I just say something for all of my American viewers out here? All
Yes.
2 of you. Please, when you're adapting a British or Irish or European show, try and make the culture sound good, because you've ruined in-betweeners. Like, I didn't watch any of the episodes, but I did watch some clips, and you ruined Bushwhackers. Who puts their head over the window and goes, "Oh, you bustards. Bustards. What the fuck is that?"
Yes, Piggy. I indeed watched that video as well.
But yeah, also don't have to have banter, because like we're like asking,
It's like,
"Oh, Peggy, you had 5 rashers, didn't you? I can tell by your belly." I'll just chuckle. You say that to an American, he'll look at you and go, "You fat shaming me, bro."
it's like the sarcasm. The sarcasm's never
micro.
really translated to America, because if you do any sarcasm, you know, a lot of sarcasm just very like stone faced, like, "Oh, Piggy, on a." What if I just say, "Oh, Piggy, you on a diet now?" And you're just like, "No." And I'm like, "Ah, you know, that's a bit of sarcasm, bit mean," but that's the British way. But you know, Americans just like, "Oh, I hear you're on a fucking diet there, bud." I'm like, what is this? I don't know. I butchered it, but there's like a really weird, like, forced tone that they put on sarcasm, and it's shit.
Yeah.
It's like making a joke on Twitter and having to put /s so people don't go, "He fucking said this." And it's like, it's a joke. It's a joke. If you read it aloud, it's a joke. "Yeah, well, I didn't fucking read it like that, did I? You fucking bastards." Like, it's a joke. Fuck me. Do you want to calm down? Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. If you use Twitter for anything else but, if you use Twitter for news or anything but porn, then just go off yourself. Seriously. Twitter is literally just like Reddit. You either have it for porn or you don't have it for anything at all.
Exactly.
And if I'm being mean to tell you to kill yourself because you're on Twitter, you're probably one of them dickheads that make fun of every single little dick pic on Twitter. Well, actually, Ash, you know what the comma between A and S? How fucking dare you? Like, Ned, calm down. He's autistic. Don't pick on him.
I definitely won't be telling anybody to off themselves, but Twitter is indeed.
If you're a Twitter/X user and you use it to bully people, go find the nearest bridge, jump off it with a boulder strapped to your leg.
Yeah, not saying that personally, but Piggy can say
I
that.
will. Yeah, I'll get more.
But yeah, I suppose before this goes fully off the rails, I guess let's move on to the next topic, which we didn't fucking talk about. But we did talk about what TV shows we're watching. So let's go ahead to the next topic. That is Sonia is pregnant. Sonia is pregnant.
Preggers.
I honestly, it's really funny to think of. I suppose it's just kind of Sonia's late on her period. She tells Whitney, and Whitney's like, "Oh shit," and then Reese is like, "I fucking hate babies. They're fucking shite bags." It's like, Reese, read the room, mate. And then he just keeps fucking up. He just keeps fucking up because she wants to come first. He needs someone to go see Debbie, and then and then he just drunkenly goes on a spiel about how fucking disgusting babies are. Peggy, talk about Reese's scenes this week, mate.
Oh, mate. Now, seemingly, Reese has some trauma towards kids. Seemingly. Because it all starts when Freddie and Bobby close the chippy. It is a chippy, by the way. It's not a Chinese or an Indian. Basically, they close the shop to go do a party for Alfie because Alfie wants to spend time with his 2 children, and they're getting Jasper basically because it's not pirate theme,
Pirate
party. Pirate party. Oh, my booty. And basically Reese is like, "Oh, lads, the chippy, you're closed on opening hours, lads." And basically all these mean kids go, "What shirt are you wearing, mate? It's not 1950. You have 4 eyes." Laugh at him. Laugh at this balding man. And then Reese seemingly gets flashbacks to when he was a child, being picked on in 1975. So you're getting picked on as a child, being spat on, seemingly. And then this all leads up to the following day, or the same day, where Reese is like, "This is why I don't like the summer holidays, all the kids are off." And basically Sonia's like, yeah, stop being grumpy, will you? Grow up. And
does hit. I wish he hit him with a grow up.
And this then leads to the following, I think it's the following day, where Sonia and Whitney have a chat, and Sonia's like, "Look, it was just awkward being with Debbie. Like, she says nothing. She's just sat there, like, looking at me, like, what's going on?" And Whitney's like, yeah, maybe you should say something to Reese. So she tries to say something to Reese, in the cafe, and Reese is like, so you don't want to be with Debbie then, do you? You fucking bitch. And he doesn't say fucking bitch, but essentially was like that. He gets annoyed, and then basically Whitney and Sonia have a talk again, and she just says, "Look, he got upset." And this leads to Sonia telling Whitney, "I think I'm pregnant. My period's coming out." And then this leads to Reese in Taylor's Autos with Keanu, and basically he's like, "Women, am I right? Am I right, lads? Women, am I right?"
You're just echoing a bunch of like stand-up comics from that late 2010s. See the wife. She thinks it's a good idea to dress up and act like a fucking bitch. Now I love my wife, God bless her soul, but she fucking does my head in. You know, those stand-up comics.
Basically, Keanu takes out a headphone, wasn't listening, and then Reese goes, "Yeah, I'm a lad," because Keanu says, "Yeah, maybe you should take her to the Queen Vic or to the Albert for some pints." Or not the Albert, the Albert, some pints. And he's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll do lunch. I'm a lad. I'm a lad's lad." And I'm like, Reese, you would not stand a trip to Marbella or Magaluf. You would be ate alive.
Mate, Reese should get tripped out going to Waterloo. He'd start fucking looking at the fucking trains like, "Oh, bloody hell, there's about 7 of these. Where am I supposed to go?"
And so this basically culminates at the Queen Vic, where he has a Guinness. I think it's Guinness.
Yes.
Some sort of, it's probably a stout.
It looks like a stout, sort. Yeah.
So I'll just say a Guinness, because it probably is like their UK equivalent to Guinness. They're obviously off-brand that they can't mention because, sponsorships. And basically some guy elbows him while he's trying to eat his lunch. He gets a bit pissed. And then basically Sonia and Whitney come in. And Sonia's trying to go, "Look, I think I'm prayers. Am I pregnant? Am I pregnant?" And basically Reese goes, "I fucking hate kids. They smell, they shit everywhere. Fucking hate them. Get rid of them. Chernobyl the kids." And basically, like, Sonia's like, "Oh, this is not like Reese. This is not the Reese poo I know." And like, Whitney's just like, he's pissed. He's clearly pissed. And then like, Reese in an amazing scene knocks over Sonia's handbag. Now I don't know if there was another scene after this because I went to make a cup of tea.
No.
And he knocks over the handbag and he sees the old stick, and he just does the concerned look. He looks down, looks over to Sonia, and he's like, "Oh no." And I think that's the final scene of Reese.
Yes. Good explanation. I don't think I think my brain's a bit too restless to fucking to give all of the detail. I didn't take any notes, if you couldn't tell, this week. So yeah, that's good. Good take on it. Piggy, do you want to see Sonia and Reese have a child?
Mate, I understand that they wouldn't probably have a child, but mate, could you imagine?
How funny it would be.
Imagine Reese watching Coco Melon with his child, like.
well, actually, Coco, that's not correct. Just fucking Dora said, no, that's not Spanish. Fucking, I know Spanish. Honestly, if they do it, please just do it. I fucking hope they do it. I desperately want to do it. And I don't know if they will. I can't imagine them like doing it. But I want it. Oh, please. Please.
I would love to see Reese. I'd love to see Reese critique British kids shows while watching it with his children. Like, I'm not talking about the modern ones. I'm talking about classic ones, like the stop motion ones, like Bob the Builder, Fireman Sam.
It's also just being reminded of the fact that Sonia's not actually that old.
No.
Like, Sonia's like still in her 30s. It's just it's just that whenever you see her, she's treated like she's fucking 60. So it's a very, like, she has been on the show since 93.
93?
Yeah. She left for a bit. I don't remember when she came back, but she was gone for like... She left in 06. She was there from 93 to 2007, then came back in 2010. For a brief stint, but then came back in 2014. But yeah, it's fucking wild, man. Like, people have kids in their 40s, and she's not even 40 yet.
But could you imagine? Well, actually, Fireman Sam, you're not a real fireman.
I honestly, I would just love it. I would just fucking love it. Just give us... We need more reasons for Reese and Sonia to be on the show. And giving them like a child, and even if they can't conceive their own child, I'm not saying it feels like Sonia would be the perfect person to like start like foster caring, but it feels she has that maternal bone, you know. She is a mum through and through.
It just would be funny, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, that's all the recent.
Yeah. Sorry, Karen.
That's all the recents we have. If you want more of my kooky nonsense, then watch 1985 EastEnders. The classic podcast, that is, not the episodes. Fucking watch us first and then watch the episode. Or get two monitors and watch us on one monitor and EastEnders on the other.
Watching Walford 1985.
Where we critique Willie's acting.
Exactly. Fucking shite dog. Bet he's not even a real dog. He's just a man in a costume.
Oh man, have you seen that person in Japan who like turned himself into a dog?
No, but I assume it was a meme where in some zoo they said some people think that this bear is a person in a bear costume. You can see it, and it's just someone like stood up on all fours, like just fully a human.
Hold on, I have to find it. I have it saved in my phone. I know I have it somewhere.
I suppose. Excuse me. I suppose I'll just set up this. I'll set up the next topic as you find this thing. What is important with this? Honestly, just Sonia and Reese together with a baby. Fucking hilarious comedy relief. And a reason for Reese to stay on the square. What is the next storyline though? The storyline is related to the Jay and Gina's secret friendship, but it's mostly just related to Anna Knight looking to find their mum, which fractures the relationship with Gina and therefore continues Gina's drug problem. Who is her dealer though? We'll have to find out.
There's the dog.
Oh Jesus. What? Is that person?
That a man turned himself into a dog.
Oh. What?
Can you not tell by the freakish eyes? No dog looks like that, mate.
That's fucking weird. How?
I don't know.
Did he just make a really elaborate, dog costume?
I believe he bought a dog suit and he might have done some facial surgery.
Yeah.
So he just, so he looks more, so his face looks more like a dog, and then got a fur suit and spent 14k on it. 14k on a fucking fur suit. Jesus.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. But
Look
as
at,
I said before,
look at him.
you can find the picture on your own record. But we will continue on with the podcast with our next topic, which is a drugs twist for the nights. So Gina has been shown to be the more emotional. Not emotional, just the more... She's clearly struggled dramatically with how... Well, it's just, she had to deal with Rose leaving when she was a bit older, so she now had all that time with her mum, and now it's been taken away. She feels the pain because she can tell what she'd lost. Whereas Anna was a bit younger, and as I said earlier, well, it kind of just fucking... Like I said, as much as you will be sad that a parent's gone, you will also spend 5 minutes spinning around on a fucking wheelie chair being like, wait, this is fucking fun. Sorry, but it is true. And obviously, Anna bringing this all up has clearly been absolutely ruining her. Because obviously Gina goes out, has some drinks with Jay, finds the fucking budget Vinny, and fucking just tries to have a look, and it goes bad. It goes bad. She ends up trying to pick up some gear from the dealer, but then someone intervenes. Piggy, who intervenes?
Who does intervene, actually? I can't remember.
Ravi.
Oh, Ravi. Oh, yeah, Ravi intervenes. And he's like, oh, I'll give you some good stuff, baby. And so she goes to him.
Honestly, I'm not saying he reminded me of a dealer I met down in Cornwall. But he reminds me so much of a dealer I met down in Cornwall, it's absurd. Well, I was down at the Boardmasters Festival in... is it 2018? Maybe? Could be 2017, probably 2018. Boardmasters 2018. It's a festival down in Cornwall. It was 2018. And it was a great time, but in the first 5 minutes that we all got our tent set up, a guy called Pablo came over. And he was I don't think he was actually Cockney, but he put on a bit of a Cockney voice, hello lads, my name's Pablo. Just remember, not your dealer, I'm your mate. And that's exactly what Ravi's fucking doing in these episodes. Gina, I'm not a dealer. But if you're gonna get some fucking proper drugs, you better get them from me. And I also fucking predicted this. A little bit. I know we've done a lot of speculation at who dies at Christmas, but I'm 90% sure I said that Ravi was likely gonna hook her on drugs or some shit. Or maybe even make her sell. I don't... Because obviously, you know, the money's gonna run out eventually. But yeah, Ravi sells her drugs. The family are like, you have a problem, and she's like, I don't have a problem, I just want to have some fun. Do you want to take the edge off? And they're like, you have a fucking problem. Because, I'll be honest. If you have a problem, the last thing you're going to say is that you have a problem. Because if you actually confront the fact that you have a problem, you then gotta fucking deal with the fact that you now have to deal with the fact you have a fucking problem. But if you just say, I don't have a fucking problem, you're fine. Oh, fuck me. It's wild. Absolutely wild scenes. But yeah, there's not really too much going on here. But honestly, this week was a bit light with details. Not like this podcast will show anything for it, because we've been fucking rabbiting on for donkey's years.
I'm not your mate, I'm your dealer.
But yeah, obviously we get to see a bit more of the... I suppose one thing that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't actually make a topic, is Bobby realizes maybe it's time to tell Anna what I did. Because, you know, if you have murdered someone, even if you were a kid, it's still a very big part of your life. Like, you went inside for it. That's why he became religious. So we do get a very nice little gentle scene of Bobby telling Anna, like, you know I killed my sister, right? And then she's just like, hey, I know you're not a bad person. It was just a very nice little... I'm really liking their dynamic. Like, they are genuinely... It feels very sweet and authentic between Anna and Bobby. And even Gina with Freddie. No, I don't think they're getting together. I think Freddie's a bit too fucking dumb to get with Gina, personally. But it was very nice to see the sisters actually get some genuine stuff to work with, rather than just being like vapid, fuck you, I don't know your rules, I'm not going to listen anyways. What do you reckon? Do you like the Bobby and Anna scenes, Piggy?
Yeah, I just wish, like, is it Gina or Anna? Which one?
Gina's the taller one.
Druggy.
Yeah, and the druggy. And Anna's obviously got the blonde hair.
I would have loved if Bobby was like, yeah, Anna, I'm a murderer. And she's like, you're a fucking what? A murderer? Fuck off, you spooky bitch. She just gets very mad at him. Wait till you find out that he killed your stepsister. Wait till you find out.
At least Bobby and Cindy are in no way related. That was the worry.
They're not. Yeah, they're not.
They're not at all, no.
So you can shag Anna.
You can.
Sweet home Alabama.
And he will!
Then stab her, like you did to Lucy.
It was... I mean, he smacked her on the head with a music box.
Wait, what? Well, you're telling me they've been 12 months of storyline to have her be killed by a music box?
Yeah.
That's shit. Like, I thought he set the house on fire. I thought maybe he'd stab her, or he'd throw a flame ball and
it's more so he didn't fucking mean to, did he? Like,
imagine this
really, like, you didn't want to kill Lucy, but he did it, and he felt vindicated because she was fucking causing problems with literally everyone. Honestly,
Can't wait
one
till we
day it
cover-
would be a great time to cover the Who Killed Lucy storyline. Because I haven't watched all of it. I've watched most of it. But I do agree with your sentiment of everybody going, what? That shit. Because it was.
No, because you know what I mean. You build a year, you build it up for
a whole fucking year. Yeah, it was
And
a
then-
long fucking build.
I'm not saying it shouldn't have been Bobby.
Oh, it shouldn't have been at all.
It should have or it shouldn't.
Not have been.
Well, they can still retcon it. They
No,
could.
they can.
They could. It's EastEnders. You can obviously retcon anything. But like
Oh, wait.
killing with a music box.
Hold
What
on,
a
what was
shit.
it after 2 years? Fuck me.
2 years.
It was a long one. I know it started in, what, like 2014?
Mm-hmm.
Now, honestly, like, it would be fun to cover it at some point, because that storyline's fucking wild. Because, like, everybody's got an excuse. Everybody's got a reason to have wanted to kill Lucy. And it just... Oh, yeah, man.
I've got nothing left. Phil.
Guys, yeah, I suppose once we get more time on our hands, that's it would always be fun to cover some like older storylines.
What, like do what we do with the classic podcast? Just jump between years.
Yeah, but, you know, that's if we can find the episodes, really.
When we finish up with Leslie Graham's, is it Leslie Graham?
Grantham.
Yeah, Grantham. When we finish off with him on EastEnders, I want to jump to 2003.
Yeah,
He returned. Because I understand people want to go, well, you should do the Phil Mitchell introduction. That's the first storyline I want to cover, is his death and his return. Because
yeah, fair.
it's regarded as either one of the best returns or one of the worst returns. Not because of anything outside of it, it's just, yeah, it depends on how you think they wrote the character, really.
I mean, I will still just say that it was still a fucking banging return.
It was.
It just had to get cut a bit short. But you know, the death is fucking... All of Den's, like, dirty shit catches up to him, and that's fucking cool. He's fucking everybody over without, like, thinking of the damage he's causing. Then the one person he actually wants to properly love him fucking just rejects him, and he dies thinking just like Sharon didn't care. It's beautiful stuff. Like, just because it ended in controversy doesn't mean it was shit.
No, I'm not saying that. It just depends on how you view it, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's just something I've heard a lot. It's like people talk about Game of Thrones, which obviously ended notoriously badly. And it's like, lads, the first 4 seasons are fucking god tier TV. But, you know, it's just kind of, it's the recency bias that kind of sucks it out. Because obviously people are like, oh, Den was fucking shite. And, you know, just because there's all the news that obviously fucking wanked as Captain Hook and, like, put his finger in his fucking mouth. Like, come on now. It was a great return. He was Dirty Den. He was never supposed to come back. Be happy he was there. He had a fitting end for a fucking iconic EastEnders character.
Oh,
Can we just get over the fact that he fucking put his finger in his mouth?
Can we all admit that scandal is fucking funny as hell?
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Like, whenever I get the chance to
I've done that. I got catfish once. I learnt about 5% the way in and then went, well. Well, what do you want? Full naked? Go on then. Why not? Fully just some, like, fucking perv on the internet's wanking to my fucking unsexy, depressed body out there. Because I just went, fuck it. What's the response going to be like? You know, I was quite pleased with how I looked at the time. So I was like, fuck it. Let's see a response. Didn't really get one. They just were happy they got nudes.
Like, whenever I get to bring it up on the podcast, I will always get to bring it up. Because it is... Man, just a little figure, it's a fucking outline. I can always cut to it. It's brilliant. Makes me giggle every time.
I don't know. I just get upset because I know people just be like, Den's return was shit. And it's like, no. Mate, Den went toe-to-toe with Phil Mitchell. He won. He fucked Phil Mitchell. Like, you know, he was then writ as like, he's not going to just punch you out. He's going to fucking hit you with a chair when you're not looking. Like, it was lovely. Great fucking EastEnders. Honestly, an underrated time. But yeah, Ravi is Gina's dealer. And, you know, sowing the seeds for a potential Christmas death. Because why the fuck is Ravi getting involved with this shit? But there we are. Anything else to say on this, Piggy, or should we continue with the final storyline?
The final storyline.
Which is Freddie finds his rapist father. Freddie came into the show desperately searching for his dad. He thought it was Billy initially, and this kind of, you know, Billy desperately wanted it to be him. Like, Billy wishes that Freddie was his son. But obviously, we all know that, well, fucking Little Mo had Freddie after she was raped by Graham Foster. You know, because Little Mo couldn't catch a fucking break on the show. She's brought in, she's abused by fucking Trevor. And then, like, when she's finally rid of Trevor, she's happy with Billy, she gets raped, and it's like, Jesus. And understandably, she fucked off because she went, you know what? I'm good. I don't want any of this shit anymore. And yeah, fucking hell. Tragic stuff. And obviously, Freddie starts to figure out, he starts to ask questions again. Because the Anna and Gina trying to find their mum, it's kind of made them go, you know what? I need to find my dad. I need to find him, and they find him. They look on, well, Freddie looks online after Tommy, like, hears Kat say his name. So, you know, he searches up Graham Foster. Doesn't see the trial, like, reports or whatever, you know, which probably would happen. A Graham Foster. you look Graham Foster up, you're probably going to find the reports of that court trial. You know, it's not exactly gonna... But, you know, he just finds the car dealership and prepares to go, I'll bring him over here in the guise of, I'm looking for a car. And he hears that he has some sisters. But also, he kind of goes, look, Graham, you're my dad. And then Graham takes an interesting stance. I was wondering how they were going to do it, because they usually don't bring people who have gone to prison back and, like, see how, if they've, like, rehabbed or whatever. Because, you know, Graham's just kind of like, yeah, see, the thing with your mum is she's a fucking liar. It's just like, whoa. And, you know, once she gets something into her head, she doesn't let it drop. And it's just like, whoa. Because one storyline I've always thought would have been particularly interesting is, obviously, one of my favorite Coronation Street characters is Kirsty Soames. She was involved in a storyline with a guy called Tyrone, who's like a happy-go-lucky mechanic. Was like bad in love, and obviously Kirsty ended up abusing Tyrone. You know, he ended up like hitting him and like just degrading him. And obviously she departed the show. She went to jail. And it was revealed that at some point she got out. And I went, I would love to see this character come back, rehabilitated, and actually just go, you know, because it'll be an interesting story. It wouldn't be a good message. Because in my brain, Tyrone and Kirsty get back together. Because, you know, Kirsty's kind of went through rehab, went through a lot. Well, maybe not rehab, but it's like been rehabilitated by the justice system. It's gone through some therapy, and she's now ready to settle down with her daughter and, like, keep going. But main issue with that is the actress was a bit too famous, and she's been killed off, thus killing one of my favorite storylines, Dead in the Mud. But yeah, any soap writers who want to do an interesting storyline, fucking write that one, you bastards. Retcon that Kirsty died. And to wrap it around to the other bit, Piggy, as someone who's never seen Graham Foster, what did you think from the little we saw of him?
Shit. Why was he? He doesn't look. This is going to sound so wrong out of context, but he does not look like a rapist. He looks like,
well, I mean,
a fiddly fiddler.
I mean, you don't look a certain way, and like, you know, it's a. I'll just fully say, people who look all sorts of ways can do absolutely heinous shit.
I know. He looks more like Santa Claus. That's the problem. If I'm getting fucking my back door bummed in, I'd be bummed in by fucking Santa Claus off with his sack. Like, you know what I mean?
Mate, we're talking about rape here, Piggy.
I know.
It's a very serious fucking topic.
I know.
And
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the angle to come in isn't going, he doesn't fucking look like a rapist. It's like, well, he did commit the fucking crime though, didn't he?
Well, he technically didn't. The actor didn't. So.
But the point is, maybe the angle isn't to say, he doesn't fucking look like he'd do it. You know. Let's not make jokes about this. It's a very serious thing.
We will have headlines in the comments, and I'm sorry if you got offended.
No, it's sorry for being a prick. It's a serious thing. Can't say, I'm sorry you got offended. Fuck off.
I just did that last bit to wind you up.
Serious thing?
I know it's a serious thing.
Giving you the chance to rectify the shit you just said.
Look, it'll be cut out in post.
It fucking won't. It's not getting fucking cut out. To say something reasonable.
Anyone can rape anyone.
I guess. Is true. I think these scenes were done quite well because obviously it's the whole thing. Graham isn't supposed to come across as this like leery fucking wretch, you know. He's supposed to come across as like a normal guy. You know, he's got a family, he's got kids. You know, he's done some things in his past that he's not proud of that he doesn't mention. But you know, this is what I kind of imagine what trying to find like a parent is like. They're like, so what's your life like? Oh yeah, I've got some kids, you know, you're like, I'm doing good. And you're like, yeah, that's fucking sick. So obviously this builds up Freddie to kind of go like, yeah, that's my dad, you know, he's a salesman like me, you know, I do this stuff. And obviously later in the episode, he gets told like, yeah, your dad isn't who you think he is, and it's pretty fucking rough. So, like, it's, it was really well done, and I will just say that the actor did a really good job, because obviously he finds out from Kat, Alfie, and Billy, he then spends a lot of time just kind of like trying to wrap his head around it because, you know, imagine, oh, you just found your like long lost like dad or your long lost like brother or sister, and then like, oh yeah, you're doing good, yeah, it's all really good, he actually raped your mum. Oh fuck. You know, that sudden like halt of like, shit, what the fuck. Like, I'm not saying you'd almost feel robbed at that point, but like your brain just goes like, man, like what the fuck is, why is this stuff gotta happen? And the end of the episode kind of ends with Freddie just fucking crying. And it's very tragic stuff. And a lot of people take the piss out of the actor and they're like, oh, he's just a fucking shit actor. And I'll be honest, probably isn't much acting involved in Freddie. It feels like a lot of his personality is probably based on his own. Like, he does seem like a pretty cheeky, chappy kind of character. Don't know. He's not my fucking mate. But a lot of people kind of probably imagine that. But he did a very good job of portraying this kind of story. And I look forward to, hopefully at some point, Little Mo appearing on the square. And Freddie finally getting a bit of closure. Now that he knows who his dad is and knows that he wants absolutely nothing to do with him. Your thoughts, Biggie?
Yeah, I'd agree. It would be weird if you just found out, oh, my so-and-so raped my so-and-so. And it would be weird to be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to meet them. Yeah, you do realise that your sister that you're going to meet has just killed an orphanage of children. And the other sister has just burnt a village down. And your dad, he was involved with 9/11. Like, you're going to be like, what? What? No one told me this.
Yeah. Like, and it's because, obviously, it's the idea that you build up that image. It's a lot nicer to think like, oh yeah, well, my dad, he's in the fucking army. Like, you know, he saves lives every single day. You know, he's respectful and honorable and fucking cool. And then, you know, most people meet their parent and they're just some like fucking, they're just some bloke who knocked up their mum or whatever, you know, like. It's that fantasy. You want to find the best in people.
It depends. Because if you find your dad after years and he's just some fat bloke with a Stella in one hand, fucking fag in the other, you're gonna be like, mate, how did you even achieve? How did you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand this is a very serious topic. I understand, but I would love, because I've never seen Graham Foster. I won't see him until we cover classic EastEnders, probably. But I would have loved if he was just some fat bastard, like, and he was just a proper Brexit geezer. That would have buckled me. Like, he's like, so what's your thoughts on all these foreigners coming into the country? Da-da-da-da. Like, it would have buckled me if he was just, he was just an unsuccessful car dealer man, and he wasn't living his best life. He's wearing like a tracksuit that came out in the 1980s. Like, his hair's like Reese, but slightly more balding. Oh, it would have been great. Because it's just how you build up your parenting. Yeah, my dad, he fought in the army. He slaughtered Osama bin Laden with his bare hands. Like, he's the fucking goat. And then you meet your dad and he's like, well, son, you want to go for a fish and chips? Yeah, dad. That would be great. My dad fucking took down the Afghanistan army with his bare hands. And went, yep, well, just put a fish and chips, son, and a pint of Stella. Start grand. Yeah. Sound dad.
Yeah, no.
My point is, dads are always amazing and funny because the world is so empty without a dad. depending on the context of your dad. Your dad's an alcoholic who bet you up when you were a child and did a UFC match on you until you were battered. Then obviously he's not a great dad. But if your dad is just like your mate,
I
then
mean,
he's an awesome
there is
dad.
a comfort that just comes along with a parent, whether it's a mum or a dad or like a brother who has raised you, you know. Like that comfort is hard to achieve anywhere else. It's like it's like being a sibling, you know. You like I have 3 siblings, and I'm the youngest one, so all of them have seen me when I'm fucking shitting myself and fucking throwing up everywhere. Like, there's nothing that really phases you if you have like a close family unit. And it's something that's probably pretty key and pretty fucking cool.
That's why, for people who want me to peel back the curtain, that's why I'm moving to where Ash lives next year, hopefully. And like, where it's just going to be a giant family. It's going to be tough, but we are going to just try and be a family. Well, be a friend family, not like I will shag you until
we
you're
aren't
black
having
and
babies.
No. Well, I might.
Fuck.
Like, I am. But we are going to be like a friend family, like,
Yeah.
where we will wash each other's cracks,
Oh.
make each other tea, and just have a good laugh with a cigar in our mouth, laughing at the rich.
Yeah, something
What
like
are they like? Killing Princess Diana. What are they like?
Yeah, I think we did a fairly decent view on this. May have said some unreasonable shit earlier, Piggy, but you definitely clawed it on back. By actually saying normal things and not just being like, fuck this guy.
Because I understand you want to come across that rape can happen to anyone, but it would just buckle me if Gray. Like, I understand you want to get the same actor, but it would have buckled me had they just got like Davey, who's a big obese fucker, like, and you've just seen he's just gotten fat over the years. He's like down on his luck, drawing the dole.
Just you find that much more funny than I do, but I'm not going to take it away from you.
I don't know what.
But yeah, I suppose, and that is all of the topics discussed about in today's episode. Bit of a much looser one today, but I've had a lot of fun with doing it. So, you have any other thoughts before we go into the final thoughts?
Graham Foster, please dye your hair. I found it pretty good. A lot happened. Not a lot happened, but some stuff happened. We've seen Graham Foster. We have seen Reese act towards children. His resentment. What else did we see? We also seen Stacey get a secret package from her secret cams worker.
Oh yeah, true. We didn't actually mention any of that.
Yeah, like I'll quickly just, if people want a rundown, I'll quickly run it down if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously for Stacey, the start of her week is she gets demands from Edmund, who's Theo for people who don't know, but in the context I have to say Edmund, and basically Edmund's like, give me a photo now, you bitch. Give me a photo. I want to see your titties. Give me it. And then basically how he delivers a package to her. Don't know why he didn't just drop it off at the house. Would have been easier to drop it off at the house, because then everyone couldn't have seen the lovely knickers she was getting. But like, yeah, she gets a lovely lingerie, and basically
sorry,
Edmund,
what was that?
What?
Lingerie.
Lingerie.
Aha.
She had some lovely.
Is that how you pronounce it?
No, it's lingar. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Lingerie.
Lingerie. I was going to say lingerie. I call it lingerie.
Fair enough, mate.
So she gets some lovely lingerie from Edmund, and basically her and Eve have hatched a plan to basically get this creepy guy out. And then Martin interrupts it. So the plan is going to plan. It's about to work. And then Martin interrupts it, talking about ducks. Fucking love ducks, me, mate. And then basically Theo, who is Edmund for people who don't know, if you just didn't hear my previous sentences, Theo basically walks in. I don't know if he knew he was going to be caught out, but he definitely sees Eve in the window looking out to see the stalker. And basically it's like, yeah, I'm here to talk about tutoring, yeah, lovely weather we're having. And basically, soon he goes in and talks about tutoring. Then to follow up the Stacey scenes, basically they go to the Albert, I believe it's the Albert, have a few drinky drinks, and basically they watch the Women's World Cup, which I messaged asked like, how do they do that? Because it's obviously taped 6 weeks in advance, and he just responded, they just edit it in post. And basically they have some drinky drinks, and then basically this guy comes over, and I think Stacey thinks he's the stalker, and he's like, yeah, you can come back to my flat if you want, winky face, you know what I mean? You can show me the world and I'll show you my envelope, wink. And she's like, no, I'm not interested, I have a lesbian wife over there, leave me alone. And he's still trying to seduce her. And basically Martin appears from behind. But then out of nowhere, I see a fucking pounce happen. I see Theo jump out of nowhere, and he's like, "Oi, mate, she does not want to go home with you. Back the fuck off. Just back off, right? Back off." And basically, then we see Theo and Stacey eating fish and chips. And Theo is just like, "Yeah, I had a lovely time." And then Stacey's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to figure out this stalker. I can't wait to get rid of this stalker." And Theo's like, "I'll get rid of him for you, don't worry." So obviously Theo's probably going to message her and being like, I don't know what he'd say. He'd say something, I don't know what he'd say. And trying to get rid of me, huh? Yeah. And then that's basically it. It's all of Stacey's scenes.
Yeah, that was pretty good rundown. Yeah, that did happen. I was gonna say we had a fairly light week. Once again, we've kind of leaned into more of like a 3-story kind of like week, because this one's kind of just like the Knights, bit of Sonia, bit of Stacey, and then just Freddie finding his dad. That was pretty much the week. And I enjoyed it, honestly. It was a decent enough week. Looking forward to, I suppose I will just say, having a tiny little break. I'm doing some cat sitting for my sister. Over like Monday to Thursday next week. So I am just essentially saying, listener, fuck off, everyone.
I'll give you Disney Plus to look at.
I want all of the space. I'm gonna fucking vanish.
Are you staying at her house as well, or are you going back to your own?
No, staying there for a couple of days.
So you won't have your PC?
Oh, I'll bring it with me, but...
Alright.
But I'm still vanishing regardless.
I'll just keep messaging you. Come on, Ash. Come on out of your shed.
I'll be like, come on. Fuck off.
You've been blocked by Ash. So guys, I'm here. And Ash whips out a fucking saxophone. He's like, "Guys, I need to talk to you. It's about Piggy." And then he just starts blasting the saxophone.
Exactly.
So yeah.
It was an alright week for EastEnders. And We can do our usual awards. We do more on these, right? We do the Steve Blackman, we do underrated and slapping down. Steve Blackman Award. Nothing really stands out. I perhaps am gonna say Graham Foster, but that's just because he is characterized as like, down on his luck, but you know, he's had a rough past, but you know, he's a nice guy now. And I like, it's an intentional sheen that they put on it, where it's like, yeah, he's all nice and normal. Like, you would never imagine he would have done something so heinous. But yeah, there we are. Well, who's your Steve Blackman Award?
Jasper the Parrot.
He wasn't a good pirate parrot.
No. He's very wooden this week.
He was very wooden.
I love how you've gone for a legitimate one and I just went for the parrot.
Well, it's just more so like, obviously the way it was crafted. It was crafted to make you go, he just seems like a nice guy. It's like, yeah, but you did some heinous shit. It's like, yeah, but he just seems like a nice little, like, harmless, like, dad. So yeah, it was I just like how they did it, you know. Underrated, Piggy. Who is underrated this time?
George Knife.
Fair.
Not much dad. He's just pretty underrated.
He's just very wholesome, isn't he? Like,
it's like that.
You can just tell that he gives a shit.
And now I don't know if it was intentional or not. But do you know the scene where he was in the upstairs in the kitchen, in the pub? I don't know if I don't know whether you are allowed to do it on EastEnders, but obviously I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm going to call it by the wrestling term. He's looking in the hard cam, like he's like breaking the fourth wall because he's looking directly at us, and then looking at Linda, and then looking directly at us. And I'm like, Is he allowed to do that, or is he not? Because he's kind of, I understand, it's EastEnders, but I thought you weren't allowed to look at us, the audience. So like, he's having a conversation, and then his head tilts towards us. And then his head turns to Linda, and then turns back to us.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out because I found it interesting. Yeah. Anything to add?
No. Fair enough. I just want to post my own little dumb Hall of Fame thing. Just because I'm just deciding to do that now. And what I'm going to suggest is from an episode of Skins where something really bad happens, but then then the characters just start lip syncing to a song. so it's something really emotional. Then you just have like the fucking character just start lip syncing, like walking down the fucking road. Like it's some fucking oh, it's so good. He just starts lip syncing to I don't know what the song is, but honestly, it fucking buckled me completely. Where like he tries to find his girlfriend, but he misses her and he doesn't see her in time, so he's walking down. And he just starts lip syncing, and then like then the shot goes like a bus driver, and he starts lip sync. Incredible stuff. Here we are.
Who's your most underrated?
Callum's fry up. It looked fucking mean. Yeah, I don't actually have a good pick for this one. It's like I enjoyed all the people who had prominent roles this week. so I can't really pick them. So yeah, I'm gonna any character that's not Ben Mitchell. And the final award, Piggy. Who needs slapping down?
Who needs? It's obviously the bloke who tried to chat up Stacey.
Yeah, true. Theo would have shown in some fucking Jedi mind tricks.
Show him who's really using the Force.
The Force of light stalking. Way. Not very light anymore. not very light stalking. Theo, you creepy little bastard. He's slapping down.
I just want him to become more unhinged as the weeks go by.
Oh, he will do. Like, Martin and Stacey will get back together and Theo will just lose his fucking mind.
Hopefully they don't kill him off, because I would like to see him return in like 5 years.
Nah, he's either getting murdered or sent to prison.
I hope not. I want to see him back.
I don't. Like he's alright, but he's not that fucking interesting.
Look, let me have Reese, Theo, and you can have your Ben Mitchell and your Karen Taylor.
I don't want either of them.
Well, but that's what you're getting, okay? Because you're being bold.
What? What? Slapping down. Ravi. For fucking hitting me with old Pablo's line. Not your dealer. I'm your mate. Ravi, why are you supplying me with drugs? For fuck's sake. And I definitely, that just kind of made me go, there is more of a chance that he dies at Christmas. But we also haven't seen anything of Nish or Vinny. You know, Theo's been ramping up a bit more. People are kind of starting to suspect. But, you know. I could easily see Ravi, like, just kind of getting Gina properly hooked again. And then making her sell, because obviously Coke isn't a fucking cheap drug, man. That shit's expensive. Like, cocaine is not a poor person's drug. I'll fucking tell you that much. So I could easily see him getting her hooked, and that would be like, you know, she's upset the night, she's upset, like, he's obviously upset Denise and Chelsea, that's all the above. But there we are. That's been episode number 31 of Watching Walford. I've been Ash, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Shalom, my friends. Shalom. So you want me to do the outro, I guess?
Excuse me. I was just waiting for you to do your line.
What line?
I've been residing from.
Oh, no, I'm waiting. That's what I said. Do you want me to do the outro? You didn't give me.
I did the usual bit. I've been Ash, been joined by Piggy, and then you go, I've been Piggy, residing from your nan's favourite tennis shoe.
Okay. I've been joined by Ash.
Hello.
And I've been Piggy, residing from the graveyard that's keeping Lola Pierce Brown safe and warm, and Lucy Beale and Ethel Skinner and
God, imagine if they all were in one graveyard. they could properly fill a graveyard, like.
They probably could. Could you imagine, like, when you die in real life, the soap's just the soap, like, who's ever in charge of this soap just has to bring you to the actual graveyard to bury you under your character.
Jesus.
That's why getting recast would be brilliant. No. So when you die, they can't fucking bury you under your, like, John Deere number 2. But yeah, I've been Piggy, residing from that graveyard. Follow us on subscribe to us on YouTube at Watching Walford. Follow us on Twitch Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on X at Watching Walford. And I will see you in 1985.
I suppose just to say, obviously Love Island has finished. This has been the first modern day podcast we've done since Love Island. Current plan is I personally am going to have a little bit of a break. There'll still be the podcast happening, but I need a bit of a break to like recharge my fucking batteries. You know, there's been a lot going on in my personal life, so I'm pretty fucking spent. So hopefully over the next week or so, I get a bit more time to myself, so I can feel a bit more like ready to go as such, feel a bit more on. But yeah, and hopefully then we can start doing some more bonus content.
And then for people who want to know, August we're going to take a little break. We might do a week where we watch EastEnders, like live review it for you. Well, not live review it. We watch it live and then review it for you, basically.
Yeah.
Because we can film that in the morning. It'll probably be Cindy and Ian's return. That will be the next one.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're not going to be like, well, they're not returning, and then like, oh my god, they're returning. That will probably be our next one. August will be taking a little break. Obviously, people who know me, I'll be going to All In with Ferg. I asked Ash to go with me, and Ash went, no, leave me out of this.
Yeah, I don't like traveling.
He just responded with 3 words: fuck the elite. Because Ash famously hates the elite. And if you want to know who the elite are, they're famous. Well, not famous, but they're wrestlers who basically, depending on your situation, either pissed off CM Punk or CM Punk pissed them off. One or the other. And then it just spiraled in a whole thing, and now there's a giant Twitter war over, are you Team Elite or Team Colliders? But yeah, enough of that. I'll be going to All In. So you might see me there. You'll see me with my Brian Pillman sunglasses, my lovely Hawaiian shirts, tracky bottoms as well. No jeans, just tracky bottoms. So yeah, you can find us again on all our social media platforms. We will see you in the next one. And if you want to leave us a suggestion of what you'd like us to cover, we will thoroughly read it, and then maybe then we'll go, yeah, we might do this idea. So
in about 7 years.
About 7 years. So leave our ideas. August is going to be a chill month because just to peel back the curtain for you people, Ash obviously works a job. He gets paid for it. He obviously works, and he will need a 2-week break near Christmas. So obviously, this being Watching Walford, we have to do a lot of bonus content in October and November to fill your stockings for Christmas. And so, like, if you're wondering why we'll be taking a break for the next month or two, it's just know that we will be fucking...
We'll be ramping it up towards Christmas for sure.
Like, what I suggested to Ash is that we just do a classic podcast every day. So, like, but then Ash went, no, you have to do some bonus content.
Classic podcast each day.
Yeah.
Fucking, how many fucking episodes of EastEnders do you watch? I don't know capacity for that, man. if we were covering 1 episode, yeah, sure, I could fucking do that. 4? Fuck me.
But yeah, so again, we'll see you on the next one. Love you, bye.